When I was young, I thought of all the frogs I've known.
That was really nice. That actually was really nice.
Thank
I
you,
don't actually
mate.
like your voice that much, but that was really nice.
Start the 20th of May in a good way. Less is still more. So what's the point of hoarding endless books when you couldn't get through them all in a lifetime? The learner isn't educated but overwhelmed by sheer volume. It's better to absorb the wisdom of a few great minds than to be lost in the noise of many. Seneca on tranquility of mind.
Wow.
So we know some brilliant advice is don't just read loads and loads of books. Get the best books and read them every year. Because I know that the sales books that we talk about, there's a few, including our own, but we read them and we listen to them over and over again because you hear something new, and it reminds you. So it's an overwhelming place to live at the moment, isn't it? The world. There's so much information. Now I'm.
Leave in Manchester.
Yeah, they're true. New episodes on Spotify. I look and I go, that's just today. 14 of my favourite podcasts have released an episode today. When am I going to consume all of that? So sometimes it's just about finding something so good, going back to it, listening to it again, taking notes and doing that. So when we think about the sales world, there are hundreds or if not thousands of books. What are the books that you could read every year and learn something from?
Well, actually, can I just not answer that question, answer something else?
Yeah, you do that a lot, but okay.
Sorry. I think it's important to talk about actual knowledge acquisition and how it works and what it is. So,
I think that's important too.
do you?
Yeah, that was my next question, but we'll go.
So I think there's this habit, right? So I'm going to recommend some books to you, but there's this habit of, right, I read it in this book and now that's my hill to die on. I read it in this book and I've got this kind of half understood thing where I've read the chapter once, put it down, and then now that's it. Now it's my, but Chris Voss said this, so that's why it wouldn't work. It's not about that.
No.
It's about finding what works for you. And the way that you do that, especially with non-fiction books, like when you learn like a practical skill set like sales, is I pick something that I think, oh, that actually resonates with me. There's something in that spoke to me, and I think that might work as a technique. Right, I'm going to try it. And it might be, we've talked about before, low stakes environment. I get the feedback of, okay, it works. That little negotiation tactic works at getting my son to get in the bath. Yeah? Okay, now does it work at the next level up? Does it work with the guy in the coffee shop? Then does it work on the cold call? Then does it work on the discovery call? Then does it work in the... And right now I get the reinforced real life feedback. That technique from that chapter works. But it's not just a matter of taking that chapter and then just kind of running with it. And I would implore people when you're reading a book like Meditations, Moggs Fraser's Meditations, when you hit the point of, oh, that's resonated with me and I'm interested in that, close the book.
Yeah.
When you hit the bit where you're excited about it.
You're not doing 20 pages a night.
No. So you get excited, right? I've hit a quote there that's resonated with me. I'm excited about it. It's latched onto my ancestral past and spoke to some sort of deep-rooted thing in me. Great. I'm going to close it up, put it down, and be excited about it. It's the same thing with sales books. That technique spoke to me. Run with it. So I'll answer your question now.
Thank you.
So this has probably changed somewhat, but I would say the main three that we started the business on that we were like, these are the ones that you're going to learn a lot from, are Gap Selling by Keenan. Very much based on finding the gap. I actually think it's really, really suited to software selling. Really, really good at finding where are you now? Where's the place that you want to be?
Not overcomplicating
Not overcomplicating it. And in quite a cool kind of matter-of-fact way. Next one would be Can't Teach a Kid to Ride a Bike at a Seminar by David H. Sandler. Really good book on the practicality of the Sandler methodology. And I think the first time I read that book, I was like, this will just give me so much back. And I found myself getting it on Audible then, and like re-listening to certain bits on a walk till I got it. And the other one would be Never Split the Difference. Now, Jack, when you're reading a book, right? So I've read a book by an author, and I think, oh, I like this as a concept. For you, does the learning from that person end at I've read them in a book?
That's a great thing, and I'm going to answer that, but I actually want to answer a different question.
Yeah, please.
Just when you were talking about never split the difference and actually learning from books, so we obviously we say
Can
to
you read?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people would be shocked to know that.
I've been to Reading. We say to our team, like when they're coming through, like read these books, you'll get so much. Like if you want to get better on the phones, read these books, you'll do it. And I said to one of the guys in a one-to-one, I said, I feel like you're missing something. I think you'd really gain a lot from reading Never Split the Difference. And he went away and he said,
Yeah, I know.
he said, right, I'm going to read it. Came back the next week and he went, I've read that book. I said, you've read it in a week? And he went, yeah, I'd read it. And I went, okay, well, what did you learn from it? He was like, so much, great book. I was like, okay. And he was just like, yeah, just really good book. I was like, cool. Could you, just one thing that you learned? There's so much to choose from though. Okay, could you just one thing? I guess when I read it, I think the biggest lesson that I took from it is that anybody can negotiate. I was like, you've not read it, have you? And he was like, yeah. And then one of the other guys said, he gave it back to me and it looked like 2 pages had been turned. And he's no longer with the business, but I wish him all the best, a brilliant guy. So your question was, how else you read the book?
I've read Chris Voss's Never Split the Difference, right? And I'm thinking, oh, this has resonated with me. Do I stop there at learning from Chris Voss?
Okay, and then what you're going to do, you're going to take that name, Chris Voss, you're going to put it into where do you consume your information? Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Blinkist, Audible,
LinkedIn.
Bang, 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 bang. And I'm going to obsess about this person. I'm going to consume the information. I'm going to listen to them on other podcasts. I'm going to watch their YouTube masterclass. I'm going to watch this and I'm going to consume that and I'm going to read their posts and stuff like that and just really live and breathe that until I feel like I fully understand it.
Your content is a funny thing, isn't it? Because you're the curator of your own content.
It's a diet, isn't it?
It's a diet, and you probably don't realise it, do you? I think, because if you look at my algorithm, you'd think this guy's unwell, but you can curate it, can't you? So actually, if you're like, right, I'm getting a lot of benefit from Chris Voss. I've read that book. I'm getting a lot of benefit from Keenan or whoever it is. There's all these people out there you can get. You can actually just design it so that's all you see every day.
You can hack the algorithm, right? I know your phone is a bit old school. You don't have TikTok, which I think you're good for that, but you consume Instagram Reels. But what you can do, you go on TikTok, you type in Chris Voss, and it will come up with the search. Just go down, watch it, watch that bit. If you spend 5 to 10 minutes on one subject, that starts to push your algorithm because it knows that you like that.
And you use that a lot, do you?
Yeah, I use that a lot.
TikTok?
Yeah, mate.
How confident would you be at getting your phone out and shows what's on your algorithm?
Right now on screen?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, what about your algorithm?
I don't have TikTok.
I've been Jack Frimpson.
I've been Zach Thompson.
Remember, you will die.
I don't have TikTok.